15 photos that you won't believe weren't photoshopped. They say that a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, with some photos, instead of words, thousands of questions come to our minds the moment we see them. Without wasting any more time, here's 15 photos that you won't believe weren't photoshopped. If it weren't for the right timing, this photo would have never existed. If you don't know, elephants love to play with water from time to time, especially when the sun's hot. And honestly, me too. This family was having a wonderful time with an elephant when it splashed water on them using its trunk. That's when this photo was taken and they realized the water had formed an elephant. The crazy part is that it even had eyes. You'd think it was photoshopped, but it's not. This is called creating art without even knowing. Jeff Ripple and his girlfriend were at First Landing State Park in Virginia when they saw the most incredible thing: a rainbow on the surface of the swamp. The girlfriend took a picture of it, and when Jeff uploaded the picture on Reddit, it went viral in less than 24 hours. Everyone was talking about it. It said that the rainbow was a thin film on top of the swamp that's caused by natural oils released by decaying vegetation. Or in fancier scientific terms, the biological processes of anaerobic bacteria reducing iron in the soil. I'm gonna be honest, I had to take a double take looking at this photo. You probably will too. It takes a moment to realize that that's a boy climbing an old tree stump and not a giant climbing a mountain. I think after seeing this photo, we can agree that angles mean everything to photos. Which all of a sudden makes me feel really validated that I always face left in every photo I take. It's my good side. I mean, think about it. If the person who took this photo pointed the camera down looking upon the boy, then it would have just been an average everyday photo. I mean, you gotta be honest, this tree stump looks like a mountain, doesn't it? It's hard to believe, but the picture shown here is genuine and not photoshopped. This is the merging of two oceans in the middle of the Gulf of Alaska, and foam is formed at the meeting point. These two oceans meet but never mix. But this phenomenon does have an explanation. There's a surface tension forming between these ocean water bodies, and it kind of acts like a thin wall that doesn't enable them to mix. Kind of like oil and water. Melting glaciers with fresh water and ocean salty water have different densities, so they just don't mix well together. Although scientists do say that, given enough time, these two bodies will eventually mix. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is the next black or blue, white or gold dress scenario. A lot of people have argued that this is not one photo. This is because of the pole in the middle of the photo, which kind of looks like a barrier of two different places. But when you look closely, you'll notice it's one photo. At least I'm pretty sure it is. This coincidence actually happens in quite a few photos, like this one with a window and 4 barriers that make the trees outside look like it's 4 different seasons when it's actually just one photo of someone's bedroom. Another scenario is like this picture that's taken on a bridge. Honestly, like, how cool is that? I can't lie, when I first saw this picture, my heart skipped a beat. I thought the poor pooch was on fire. But take a breath, relax, it's okay. The dog's actually just been covered with colorful powder and let loose in the park. This photo was taken when it was running, and the results showed what looks like a dog on fire. It took a minute for other people to realize that it's just a happy pooch getting some fun playtime. I bet this cat isn't aware of how it looks, because I'm sure if it knew, it would have acted just as majestically as it could. It's a cat after all. Cats just somehow know that they're royalty. They love nothing more than being worshipped, of course. Honestly, I bet they miss the times they used to be royals in Egypt. This photo was of course taken by the owner of the cat. The mom of the cat had just put an Easter Sunday decal on the front door of their house. The cat, feeling the bright rays come through the window, wanted to lay down and soak some of that sun up, when the reflection of the Easter decal drew some amazing looking patterns on its body. Unplanned photos are honestly the best. This isn't something you see every day, and the amazing thing is this isn't photoshopped. This huge dice cube was found in Idaho in March of 2017, completely baffling residents about where it even came from. Turns out it actually has a very interesting story on how it got there. A resident of the area, Mark Sales, and his father were the ones who spotted the dice floating near the boardwalk during one weekend. Apparently, city officials later removed the storage dice from the lake, announcing they were old storage tanks. But the residents, of course, still wanted answers. Long story short, it really was an old storage tank, and for fun, somebody posted vinyl circles on the die just to turn that storage tank for fun into a 6-foot giant die on the water. This photo was taken of a natural opening of a volcano that looks like a pile of bodies being sucked in. When the photo blew up and went viral on the internet, everyone thought that those were bodies hardened by the volcanic eruption. The type of lava is actually called Pohoho lava. Don't you dare make any jokes about that. This lava flows very smoothly with a small amount of squeezing out of a cooler crust. This shows that skilled photographers with great eyes for great pictures can play mind games too. This is an inexplicably beautiful picture that gives you different thoughts around in your head. Is it 100 boats floating in the sky? It's a really confusing look, and when you stare too long, you might feel dizzy. I've seen a lot of pictures with a confusing perspective, but this one seems to be one of the best. An explanation could be that the picture was taken in a very compressed perspective from a very high vantage point, which is why you wouldn't see the horizon. It's actually the harbor of Chicago, depicting plenty of boats, and on land, people are sitting for an event that's taking place. It's really quite amazing, right? This lone, solitary sunflower is known not one to conform to the norm. It refuses to face in the same direction as its comrades. At first, people assumed it was photoshopped. The picture went viral with so many motivational captions. Everyone interpreted the flower in their own way. One that really seemed to click, though, was just because you're different doesn't mean you're smart. This makes sense in the way that the sunflower has a chance of dying since it's not facing the sun, right? What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below. You have to agree, this photo was taken at the perfect time. It's as if this peacock is having an out-of-body experience and transcending. Even the way the peacocks are looking at each other is just mesmerizing. Anyone would think it's photoshopped on the first look. In reality, it's just two peacocks. The white one's flown over the colored peacock. They were probably fighting, or maybe the white one was just admiring the colored one. At first sight, you might think they're flying saucers that dropped into the water and froze, but they're actually bubbles of highly flammable methane frozen and iced over Lake Abraham in Alberta, Canada. While they might look amazing, were you to pop one and hold a lit match over it, it would ignite and explode in a giant explosion, which would probably be harmful. This is one of those photos that needs to be taken at a specific time of the year, and that is during the spring. This is because during winter and autumn, Gruner Sea is like any other park. You can jog in the morning, you can take in beautiful sights, you can go hiking, you can smell in all the beautiful smells of the world. But things are a little bit different during the spring. If you want to do those kinds of things in the spring, you'll need scuba gear. And of course, you can't breathe in all the beautiful smells unless you want to drown, but who's being technical? But yeah, you heard that right. If you swim here in the spring, you'll get to see bridges, benches, alpine flowers, which, to your shock, will be blooming underwater. I'm sure you're wondering, what happens to the park? Why is this possible? During other seasons, the lake is nothing but a small pond that's 7 foot deep. When summer ends, the water starts to recede and the park returns to normal. So, diving in this lake when the park is swallowed should be on your to-do list. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. So if you come across a photo online and you want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in our future video. What don't you find in Florida, man? Well, you find a lot of Florida man. As all the photos on our list today, this is not photoshopped. This guy exists and goes by the name Carlos Rodriguez, or the Half-Head Man. We've heard a lot of stories where people survive horrific accidents, but were left with physical changes to live with to the end of their lives. But they serve as a great reminder of the second chance life gave you. At the age of 14, Carlos and his friends stole a car and got into an accident that sent Carlos flying through the windshield. He smashed his head on the asphalt. To save his life, doctors consequently had to remove a significant portion of his skull and brain. Thus, he became the man with literally half a brain. So which of these non-photoshopped photos did you enjoy the most? Let us know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you all so very much for watching.